In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Les Mills On Demand. It's a really popular workout program that started way back when, and it used to be a few of the original programs, which included Body Pump, which is the one that most people are familiar with, along with Body Combat. It has now grown into a huge and wide range of different programs and different styles and different workouts for all different types of people. So I wanted to review their on-demand platform, which is their completely online service, and see if it was as good as I hoped it would be. My name is Emma. I am a health and wellness coach. I help the 40 plus women eat better, move better, and live happier through all things health and wellness. So if you like that kind of stuff, then please do hit on the subscribe button. I've got some amazing reviews coming up, but for today, let's get into this. So first off, I've got to say, I have always been a huge fan of Les Mills. Back in the day, I used to teach Body Combat and Body Pump myself, and I absolutely loved the programs. I loved everything about it. Movement to music, a group full of people in a class sweating it out together, and the cheesy tunes that became just renowned with Les Mills. And I've got to say, just as I was exiting teaching Les Mills, there was a bit of a shift in the type of music from using like more original artists, so songs that we know and love, to using PPL free version, which is license free music, which uses like cover artists. So some of the music you might recognize, but it was just sung by a different person. And then they started using also songs that like we'd never heard of before. So I think that did have a little bit of a shift in like the enjoyment that you get out of a class, because very much the magic that comes from Les Mills style programs is that it's synced to the beat of the music and it goes in time with the music, and that really creates magic within a workout class. And it really influenced the way I started teaching my own classes. I became to love really choreographing movement to music in the style of workout that I enjoyed doing. So it was something that I really enjoyed. I qualified to teach Body Pump and Body Combat way back in 2008. I literally can't believe that as I'm doing this review, that is like 15 years ago. That's how long I've been in the industry, and group fitness was just such a huge love of mine. And I can just remember, like, I did have to look up which release it was, but I qualified on Pump 64, and I just remember that sun always shines on TV. It was just the literally happy vibes, cheesy music as a fitness instructor I absolutely love. So it was really interesting to see if I was going to go in and enjoy doing these sessions as much as I used to enjoy teaching them. So I started off this review, and my very first session that I did was a body balance session. Now, I've never taught body balance. I think I've done it like once or twice before. So the body balance program is a mixture of yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi. It's very much a mind-body movement session. So slower pace, not my usual preferred style of movement, but I remember when I did this previously that I did quite enjoy it. So getting into the review of this time, I did the session. I gotta be honest, it was just felt a bit blah. I just don't know if it was just me on the day. The music wasn't particularly inspiring. The moves were kind of okay. And yeah, it was nice. I definitely feel that my body would benefit from this style of movement, but it just didn't really give me all that excitement that I was anticipating. But I suppose that was just the style of the workout that I chose for my first session. So it was good enough. It was just okay. It didn't blow me away. So next up, I wanted to check out the Body Pump session, because this was always, Body Pump and Body Combat have always been my favourite. They were the ones that I chose to teach. So I scrolled back as far as I could to get one of the older ones. So I did the 55-minute session of Body Pump 90. What I really like about the on-demand format is that you can do the full 55-minute workout, or there are also like 45-minute or 30-minute workouts you can do upper body only. If you can do lower body only if you decide that you want to split up your workout. So it's good that you can have those shorter versions if you are short on time. I think what a lot of people who are training online are looking for more condensed, more time savvy workouts. So it makes sense that they've done this, and it's really nice how they've broke it down. Now, as being a fitness instructor and coach, like, with now 15 years more experience, what I did notice, because it's been a long time since I did body pump, I do more strength training, like lower rep workouts. So as I was doing this, I was like, holy heck, like my strength endurance was really challenged by this, because that is the thing with body pump. Body pump, I think, is great for introducing people to lifting weights. However, it does have very high rep ranges, so you're doing like a leg track for the whole 5 minutes. You are working on your legs and doing different variations of squats for the leg track, for example. So it's quite a long time, and they will talk a lot about time under tension that creates tone in the muscle. So when my first time of doing this, I was like, frick, this is really hard. It's a lot harder than I remembered. Couldn't lift anywhere near the weights that I thought I might be able to, compared to what I would do in a pure strength session. So I was really, really shaking at the end of this workout. What I did notice, because of the timing to the music and now being a more experienced coach, that I wasn't quite hitting the depth of a squat that I would like to hit. And I love body pump for creating these workouts and movement to the music. Like I said, it gives you this real great feeling. But what I noticed, that I was more aware of my technique. And I also, years of teaching body pump, we were told to not put your knees beyond your toes, that it was a safety. You shouldn't go beyond 90 degrees. Now, as I've done a lot more work and actually qualified in a certification called MoveNat, which is all about natural movement, you come to realize that having the knees go over the toes is a very natural movement, and it should be trained within our workouts to help us create strength and stability around the knee and good mobility in the ankles, knees and hips. So I think what body pump has done, it is this great introduction to strength work, but it is just that. And that if we want to advance our movement and make it even more effective, then it should be movement beyond the movement range that we would do in a specific body pump class. And I get why they did it. It was all about safety in a group format. But I kind of feel like it's a bit of a disservice that we are moving within these limited ranges of motion that can impact our ability to move well in real life as well. I also found that sticking to the beat of the music, that I wasn't getting that full depth of that as I wanted to. Although I absolutely loved it, I can now see some kind of pitfalls in it. But I think one of the key things is that about Les Mills is that the workout is fun. That is what keeps people coming back. There's a high energy, there's high vibe, there's cheesy dance music, and it just brings that feel good vibe. And the most important thing about any workout is that you want to keep coming back and doing it. And I think Les Mills definitely deliver that, even if the workout isn't perfectly optimal. What is optimal is the workout that you're going to choose to do. And that's another thing that people really enjoy, is like the muscle burning. Feeling the burn in the muscle isn't what makes a workout an effective workout. It isn't what makes it a good workout. Something incredibly satisfying about experiencing that burn and getting to the end of the workout and you're like, yes, I did that. So again, it's not all about being super optimum. It's like, was it fun? Did you enjoy it? Are you going to get some benefit from doing it? Have you challenged your muscles to create that muscular breakdown so that they're then going to grow back stronger? If yes, you have, then you have done a workout that is going to be effective in some way, shape or form for you. And if you enjoyed it, well, that's just going to help you to want to keep on being consistent. So the next session that I tried was the grit, and these are a 30-minute high intensity interval training session. And these are quite similar to the type of training that I commonly do. So where you do work for a set period of time and then rest and then repeat through different variations of exercises. I love this. It was super high intensity. They come with a strength version, a cardio version, and an or grit athletic, which is a lot of like plyometrics and bounding work. So I love these. They are super high intensity, high energy, short, sweet workout, and you definitely feel like you have done something in these sessions. On the first one that I did, I was still killing from doing my body pump session, and the session that I was doing on the grit strength was really shoulder dominant, so I had to cut it back and didn't complete it all. And I think that's what I found with some of the sessions in the grit series, is that they're quite repetitive of the same muscle area that's being worked, whereas I would like to see a little bit more variety. But all in all, I really love this session. Good high energy, a very intense workout. You are going to work hard in this session. 30 minutes, you're going to sweat hard and you're going to get it done. I did notice about the grit series as well was that you use a more moderate weight, so there's slightly higher reps. I was finding that I did want to still match the beat of the music, and the instructors on the screen were going a lot faster than me, and that was just kind of like a mental check-in with myself that I don't have to compete with them. This is just my workout and I'd rather take it at my own pace. Yes, I want to push myself, but I just wanted to keep it safe also. So that's something I had to be mindful of. And I think as beginners, maybe not having that self-awareness and maybe sometimes trying to keep up with the instructors, that it is quite a fast pace and something to be mindful of. Next up was body combat, a firm favourite of mine. So I was really excited to get into this and see if I did still enjoy it. I did only have time for the 30-minute version, so I just did a 30-minute version, and I still haven't got round to doing the full 55-minute, but I definitely have that on my cards to go and check out because I did thoroughly enjoy it. I must say on this one, I didn't really recognise much of the music. I did the latest release. It didn't kind of matter. I think it was just the nostalgia. It was like taking me back to when I used to teach these classes, and I was just in my element because I just loved body combat because it just made you feel like if you needed to, you could kick somebody's ass like, and I just love it, in case you didn't tell already. So in this case, it was definitely everything that I hoped it would be. I still haven't gone back to it though, and I think it's just because it's more of a cardio based workout, and I'd like to just do cardio maybe like once a week and focus more on strength, but that's just my own personal preference. Next up, I tried the bar session. So I've never done bar. I am not a dancer. I'm certainly not a ballet dancer. And I didn't really know what to expect in this. And I don't have anything to compare it to because having never done a bar session before. But I was actually really pleasantly surprised. And although I didn't know the names of the moves, I guess like the more you did it, you would recognize those. I actually really enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. You're using more like finite, smaller movements, and I could almost feel like the stabilizing muscles around my hips having to work harder, challenging different ranges of motions with just different foot positions. Really enjoyed this. Would it be my ultimate go-to? No, but I think my body would definitely benefit from it. And there was low impact options, and there was quite a lot of leaping included as well. I'm doing this with my hands that really got the heart rate up. They are all optional. There's always levels in every one of the workouts, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this, and I would definitely do it again. Next up was ShaBam. Now ShaBam, I would say, is like their version of Zumba. So it's like a dance based session, but instead of being like Zumba's all mostly Latino style music, ShaBam has like a different, so there's like a hip hop one, that was like a dance one, a jazz one, very varied range of different dance styles, and I really wanted to love this, but again, I'm not a dancer. I got through the warm-up and I was like, no, I'm not feeling this. But I have watched the videos and they do look fantastic. I think if you like to do dance or did dance, as a kid, I think you would really love this workout. The sessions, the music, the moves all looked great, and it's very based towards like a lot of repetition, so not overly complex. It just wasn't for me. I did also test out the CX Works and the Tone class as well. I'm not a big fan of the name Tone, but I do again like these formats. So these were quite similar actually. It's more core and functional training, but still into the beat of the music. So some of them use resistance bands, one uses a plate. Again, really enjoyed these. I think they're great, shorter formats, and just going with the beat of the music and quite some unique movements in there. So all in all, I really enjoyed a lot of these, and I haven't even tested them all. And this is the thing, that is so much in there. This review could go on and on and on if I was to review every single program. And what I do find is, if it's a beginner going in there, that amount of different workouts available could be particularly overwhelming, but they've done a great job of combating that by setting up different challenges or programs that you can click on, you can sign up to, and then you're going to get an email reminder, and it's going to guide you through your programming. So it's going to say, today we're going to do this session, today we're going to do this session. It mixes up the different programs. I really love that format for anybody who's not really sure about how do we put these together, how do I work these into a program that comes all into one if you're not experienced enough to know how to program your workouts into your week. I haven't gone through those sessions or those plans or programs, so I don't know actually how good they are, but just first glance looking at them, it looked that it's formatted them out in a great way. And they've even introduced some hybrid workouts as well. So you might do an upper body trap from body pump, and then you might do a low body trap from body combat. So it's mixing in different workouts and putting them all in together to keep this variety and to keep it interesting. So again, didn't test those out, but I do really like the look of them. They also have some programs in there that relate to nutrition, because again, this is a huge part. A lot of people go in looking just for the workout, but if you really want transformation with your body and with your health, it has to go hand in hand with making modifications and changes to your nutrition also. So there is a nutrition program. Again, not gone through it, had a quick look at it, but some of the topic titles are ringing all of the right bells. So it's talking about mindfulness, how to introduce mindful eating, journaling, meditation, stress reduction. All of that for me gets a tick, tick, tick. These are the things that are important for health and well-being for everybody. It's not just about the workouts. It's being able to be mindful about stuff, and also being able to choose foods and nutrition that is supportive to you without always feeling like you're on a diet. So again, a lot of great things that I'm seeing. Always the Les Mills instructors have looked incredible. Now, as a consumer, if you've just gone to a class, you might not see all of the master trainers, but they are always like ripped and just look immaculate. And I've noticed that some of the instructors now are of different body shapes and sizes, and I think that's a really positive thing to put in there, that it's not just about super skinny and super lean people. There's a different variety of body types. So in case you haven't guessed it already, I'm a really big fan of Les Mills On Demand. The programs are great. There's a huge variety. There's structure for those that want it. It's a great price. So I bought the UK version, which I think was £15 per month, although they are doing deals from time to time. So I think pricing wise, it's absolutely affordable for anyone. But you must also keep in mind the outlay of some additional equipment. So there are a lot of programs in there that don't need equipment, but if you wanted to do like the core programs like CR Works and the Grit and Body Pump, you're gonna want to invest in some equipment, and that would mean a barbell, resistance band, and or a step and mat. And I think if you are going to have this program, you kind of would want to invest in those to get the most out of it. You can buy their Les Mills weights, and they are pricey. They're the Body Pump set. I think it starts at around £499. That's in the UK, and do have it available across the world. I would expect that those bars are similar to what you would get in your local gym or club, and they're going to be of really high quality. Do you need to have that high quality stuff at home? No, maybe not. And I did have a little look around, and you can get a set off Amazon, a basic bar with the 5 kilogram, the 2.5 and the 1.25 kilogram plates. And I've put some links to some options down below if you want to check those out. But I just used what I had at home. I do have a home gym and so have quite a bit of equipment. I have only got an Olympic bar, which I found really hard because it was too heavy, just the bar itself without any plates on. So I think I might still invest in a barbell set myself, because I'm going to keep on doing them, because sometimes I just want to show up and not have to program my own workouts and do things that will challenge my body in different ways. So it's something that I'm going to keep on doing. I am a huge fan of it. I think it's great introduction for exercise. It's fun, it's affordable. Yes, if you can afford to have that outlay for some equipment, definitely get some. If you don't want to use plates, you could easily just get some dumbbells. If you've already got some of those lying around, you can modify the movements and use what you already have and build up over time. So there we have it. There's my review. I freaking love it. I'm going to keep on doing it. If you want to try it out, check the link down in the description and you can get a free 30-day trial. This is just my friend referral link. It just means if you do sign up and you decide to stay on, then I get a free month, you get a free month, we both win. If you enjoyed this review, then please do hit on the like button, subscribe if you want to see more like these. And if you've got any things that you want trying out before you invest your money, then let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. I've got some great reviews coming up, so make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss those. And until next time.